Washington fired head coach Jay Gruden early this morning following another blowout loss, this one to the Patriots. In his sixth season with the team, Gruden had only one playoff appearance and a record of 35-49-1. Over the weekend, videos also emerged of Gruden smoking and talking to a younger woman on a sidewalk. According to Pro Football Talk, these videos are at least a year old, just to keep that in perspective. So, Shannon, what do you make of this?
I'm seeing a reoccurring theme, Skip. I don't know about you.
Yep.
Something happened very similar to, I think, the general manager, Scott McLuhan. It was some stuff got out that, he had a problem with the bottle. Now, all of a sudden, now this is being reported, this is a year and a half old. It's seemingly all of a sudden, it surfaces now.
And you're suggesting?
I ain't suggesting anything, because I don't really think you needed a reason. You don't need this video. The dude is 14 games under 500. I mean, what? He lost to the Patriots, so you gonna fire him after losing to the Patriots? Really, Skip? You could have fired him a year ago, and nobody would have batted an eye. 2 years ago, no one would have batted an eye. Now, after the video supposedly surfaces, this was the final straw. But yeah, it was a good old time, He's like, hey, and then Skip, he just like, took him a little one last toke, and then he saw the camera. He's like, damn, they got me. Maybe if I can win like 5 or 6, maybe if I can go 10-5. Let me ask you a question, Skip. He 5-0, he 4-1. What's the chance that video comes out? I didn't think so. Look, coaches. Now, we didn't have a ton of coaches. One thing that has not changed, the owner has not changed in 20 years. That hasn't changed. And I believe in the last decade, the guy that's running the front office has not changed, Bruce Allen. Now, there's a recurring theme here. You've got a lot of different coaches. You have a lot of different players.
A lot of different quarterbacks.
Oh, yes, and the owner of 2 decades, and then the guy running the ship for a decade.
Yep.
So let's start with that. Cleanse that.
I can't believe Jay Gruden lasted this long. And it seemed like week to week this year, wasn't he almost begging to be fired?
Yeah.
He kept saying, well, I'm going to show up tomorrow and I'll keep doing what I've been doing. I don't know.
If the key works, I guess I got a job.
I guess if they don't change the locks on me, I guess I'll keep my job. Well, it's just a sad situation, and it starts with the owner, and then it goes to the general manager. And did they get a bad break losing Alex Smith? Yes, they did.
Yeah.
But still, Jay Gruden managed one playoff game, and that was at home with Kirk Cousins against Aaron Rodgers, and they lost.
Yep.
Okay? That's it. In 6 years, one playoff game, it's just not good enough. And to your point, 14 games under 500 and barely 2 winning seasons, because the next year they went 8-7-1 after their playoff season. Not good enough.
Right.
So what have I seen with Jay Gruden? What has been the recurring theme that I see? He's got a lot of John Gruden in him, in that this man is hard on quarterbacks. Do you remember how hard he was on Robert Griffin III?
Yep.
As he tried to come back from that horrendous knee.
But he got the job, Skip, because he said, I could fix Robert.
Yep.
Because look at what I did with Andy Dalton in Cincinnati. And Robert has way more talent. Okay.
But then publicly, again and again, he would be asked about Robert, and he would just be so dismissive and so
Very
sarcastic.
disrespectful, yes.
Very disrespectful.
Absolutely.
And the position is hard enough to play without the head coach just sniping at you.
Correct.
Through the media, putting you in a bad spot. Like it's always your fault. It's not the coach's fault.
Correct.
And then Kirk Cousins. Did Jay ever buy into Kirk Cousins? They never bought into
And that goes, I fought Daniel Snyder, I fought Bruce Allen, I fought Jay Gruden, because Skip, what you're doing, you're betting against yourself with Kirk Cousins, because you wouldn't give him a long-term extension. You're basically going year to year.
Yeah.
Why not just move on and go into the draft?
One way or the other.
You see what Andy Reid did, Skip? Andy Reid traded first-round picks to move up. You see what Chicago did? They traded first-round picks. You go in the draft, you don't like what you have, you mortgage something in the future to get a guy that you say, I can build with this guy.
Okay.
Jay Gruden is reported Jay Gruden didn't want Haskins.
He did not want him.
But the owner wanted him. The owner's always going to win out.
I know.
Coach Belichick got a bunch of Super Bowl rings, but he don't have veto power over the owner.
Has Jay Gruden been hard on Dwayne Haskins? I'll bet he has.
Yes.
And again, has Dwayne played well? He has not played well. Is it time to see what he's got? Yep. It's time to see.
Yes.
Probably time about 3 games ago to see what he's got. And so whoever the interim coach is will...
Bill Callahan.
Yeah, Bill Callahan, who's been a head coach in Oakland, obviously got him to a Super Bowl.
Correct.
I like Bill Callahan. I think he'd still be a candidate to be the permanent coach, but we'll see. But he'll be nicer to Dwayne Haskins. He'll put him more of a comfort zone to to see what he does have.
Washington is a mess.
Yep.
Its owner is a mess.
Yep.
And the guy that's running the ship for the owner, Bruce Allen, is a mess.
Yep.
It's not a good sign.
True.
Ugly situation. Guys, will Baker and the Browns give the 49ers their first loss? Started slow in Washington, trailing the entire first quarter. But once the Patriots got rolling, they didn't look back. The remaining three quarters, Brady and the Patriots outscored Washington 27-0. Brady passed for nearly 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick in the win. New England is the only remaining undefeated team in the AFC right now. So, Shannon, are the Patriots clearly the best team in the NFL?
No, but I understand why they're going to be number one in the power rankings, Skip. They're undefeated, and rightfully so. But if you look at who they've beaten, Skip, let's be real now. I mean, the offenses are all in the bottom 6 in the NFL. Washington, the Giants, Miami. Buffalo is the highest rated offense, and they're 23. So we don't.
What was your line? An amoeba? One cell amoeba could play quarterback better than Josh Allen?
Well,
or Matt Barkley?
Well, I don't. You don't even need to be an amoeba to play better than what they got up in Washington. Skip, this is awful. And we're going to talk about this a little later.
Yep.
And it ended up costing the coach's job. I read the headline, Brady bounced back against Washington. Skip, every team that's played Washington this year, the quarterback has thrown for at least 3 touchdowns, except Daniel Jones, who's a rookie. Walker Toom had 3. Mitchell Trubisky had 3. Everybody has 3 touchdowns. They're not good. The defense, I want to say they're good, but I don't know if they're good or bad, Skip, because when I'm looking at defense that's 32nd, 31st, 30th, 23, 28, how do I judge that? I can't judge that based on that. But the thing I can always say about, you can hang your hat on the Patriots. They never play down the competition. They're going to play their brand, their style of football, no matter who they play. They do what they do. Stop us. Okay, you stop at the run game today? Okay, Brady, we're going to need you to throw for 3 bills. Okay, you playing coverage. You dropping everybody back. Sonny Michel, Burkhead. I'm going to need you to run the ball. James White, going to sprinkle a little of you in here too today. That's what they do. But, Skip, they're undefeated, rightfully so. But it's hard for me to really assess just how good they are, given I'm trying to figure out what other team that could play these teams and not be undefeated. The only one, give Buffalo, because I think Buffalo's defense is legit. Buffalo's defense is legit. But their offense, Skip, leaves a lot to be desired. So I'm going to give them credit for 1 win. Buffalo, New England going to Buffalo and winning that game, that's worth 2 points. But the rest of that, nah, they get nothing from me, Skip.
So here was the great irony of what I saw yesterday. I watched all of the Patriot game, and I thought in the first half, Tom Brady looked awful. They could not protect him. They could not run the football a lick. And there were 3 drop passes, and he's throwing to tight ends named Izzo and Lacoste down from Gronk. Gronk down to Izzo/Lacoste. And Josh Gordon looks now like a tight end to me. Seriously.
He's huge.
I think he's as big as you were when you played.
Yeah, he's bigger than me.
He might be bigger than you were.
Yes.
At that point. Would you go, 225?
Yeah, 228.
228.
He's got to be 235, 240, Skip.
Boy, he just looks so big in the proverbial piano on back. but he's like a possession receiver, and Brady missed him once early, and then later Brady had a pass in the red zone where he was under duress. He was running for his life most of the first half, and when he runs for his life, it looks uglier than that combined 40, right?
Yeah.
We could see that one pass that he threw in the red zone. I was just like, Tom, what are you doing? He just throws it up for grabs. I think he was trying to throw it away, and it's just like, how stupid is that? That's Tom Brady, because he's about to get crushed, obviously.
But Skip,
yep.
And you're seeing this.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
Tom does not want to get hit, Skip.
Well, who would?
No, but I'm saying, but Skip,
42.
But I'm saying, Skip, he's starting to flame. I mean, you see a lot, especially the first half. You saw a lot of that.
Okay. So guess what? Tom Brady wound up yesterday throwing for 348 yards. That's pretty good, right? I mean, that sounds like a typical Brady game.
Yep.
And the final score was 33-7, which sounds like a pretty typical Patriot game. After one quarter, they were down 7-6, thanks to that kid, that undrafted kid, Steven
Smith.
What was
Sims.
He got loose.
Broke 100 tackles.
Yeah, he broke 100 tackles up the sideline.
Yeah.
That's when Ernestine knocked on my door because she was watching the other room.